build a cabin nobody can find. I'm gonna move way back in the mountains. I'm gonna leave this old city behind.
The old backhoe's been giving me some issues lately. Starter went out, had to replace that. Cylinder went out, had to replace that. I picked up this little D4 Cat to help, build the pond, drag trees, pull stumps, things like that. Had some issues with that thing. It's one day at a time. Problem arises, you fix it, and you move on. So these things actually been pretty handy with getting rid of all the stumps, dragging trees, and things like that. So I wish they were a little bit bigger, wish they had a little more power, but it is what it is. It's what I could afford at the time. Down here, we've pretty much got all the stumps pulled. Let me tell you, it's been a pain in the butt. I hate pulling stumps. But down there, you can see, let me get here in the shade a little bit maybe, I don't know. Let's get down here, you can see all the pile of stumps that I've just basically pulled out, pushed over. I'll deal with all of them later. Because in the bottom down there, where the pond will be down there, I'll dig that out. Hopefully I can get it finished before the rainy season because it'll fill up on me. But I'll walk down there and then show you looking up. So down here at the bottom, where we're going to dig the pond out, this is that stump pile I was telling you about. I'll burn all those up for the next 150 years. This is where we started digging out the pond. Did a test hole. I think I can get this whole thing about 10 feet deep. I've got one stump to go right there today, which will be my last one. I'm going to leave those two stumps right there. I'm going to put a bench across them for a place to sit down. And then up there will be where the cabin will be.
There's a cabin in the pines in the hills of Carolina, and a blue-eyed girl is waiting there for me. I'll be going back someday, and from her I'll never stray, and that cabin in the hills of Carolina. Oh, the cabin in the shadow of a pine, and that blue-eyed girl way down in Carolina. Someday she'll be my wife and we'll live a happy life in a cabin in the hills of Carolina. I'm packing my grip for that long, long trip back to the hills of Carolina. I want to see that blue-eyed girl, she's the sweetest in the world, and the cabin in the hills of Carolina.
Well, this is about a full day's worth of digging here on the pond. This is the amount of dirt that I've come up with that I'm going to have to do something with. I just wanted to get it out of here so we can get the pond dug out before the rainy season. We'll go down here and show you what I've got done so far. Get a better perspective down here. We're probably at about 3 feet deep maybe right here. 4 feet to the bottom probably. Boy, it's going to be a chore getting rid of all them damn stumps. But, coming along. Hellcat's doing pretty good. Pushing all this dirt. It's wet. See, well, we're about done with day one of, or day two of digging the pond out. We kind of started earlier, you know, test trying, you know, how this thing's going to work out, but officially today we really started on the pond. We've got about 4, maybe 5 feet done so far. We've got about 3, I say 4 more good days of working on this if we don't have any more mechanical problems. Right off the bat, when I put the cylinder on from the last breakdown, I put the outriggers on the backhoe out and blew a hose. I mean, it's just been one mechanical problem after another. You got to roll with the punches, go with it. I just picked it up. We dealt with it, got the last stump pulled. We got left just 2 stumps for the benches, but I say 3 or 4 more days, this pond will be done and bring on the rain. Okay, stay tuned. Well, I'm calling her quits. This is what we got done for the pond. I decided to leave the little ramp. Decided to leave it in. Wanted to go a little bit bigger, but I'm running out of time. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain. I put bentonite in it today, about 20 bags of bentonite. Sprinkled that around. I wish I could have done a little more bank maintenance, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta call her quits. I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. About 55 feet across, about 80 feet long, 8 feet deep at the deepest part. So it rained yesterday. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I just came up here to see how the bentonite was doing, and I spread some grass seed and red clover all along the hillside there, and on the flat right there in front of those 2 stumps, and along this side over here. Pretty sure I probably won't be able to get in here anymore because it's so muddy. I just wanted to see how the bentonite was looking. Spread some grass seed, hopefully keep the thistle from growing. But yeah, it's coming along good, I believe.
I'm gonna move way back in the mountains and build a cabin nobody can find. I'm gonna move way back in the mountains. I'm gonna leave this old city behind.